Welcome, guys, to Public Diversion. My name is Chris. That guy up there is Trevor. We're missing the big fella. We're missing the Hulk of our group, Ben. He's out enjoying himself right now while we're over here hustling. But anyway, we still got a great show for you guys. This week is actually a bad week for me because I feel like I was freaking loser this week. I just took on so much work. I didn't do much. Even though I know things happen in the world, but I feel like I did one good thing, and I watched Mortal Kombat. That was like my one release for the week. Did you watch it, Trevor?
That was a good thing, Mortal Kombat.
That was my like one good thing for the week, because aside from that, I didn't do anything. But it was a good thing. Okay. Like the movie, I'm not saying, I didn't say great. Like you thought King Kong was great. I didn't say great.
I didn't say King Kong was great. I just said it was the best one out of the series.
Okay, I can say the same thing about Mortal Kombat. This was the best. This was better than the 1995 one.
But it wasn't better than the YouTube version.
The YouTube version?
There's a YouTube series that got put out that did so well, and they actually this whole Sub-Zero Scorpion sequence in the very beginning of the movie was done in that YouTube. It was done so well, and it was so good that you could you could do a whole different thing on the battle between those two.
It was a parody?
No.
It was a real, like, serious kind of like they were doing.
And they went through each series.
What?
Each episode was dedicated to specific character. So it showed the backstory and built them up for whatever story they wanted to tell. It was so good.
Did you watch that? Did you know about that prior to the movie?
Yes. That's why I was super excited, because I saw what they did in the web series. And that Jaw White, the guy who played Spawn, the black guy who played Spawn?
Yeah.
He was Jax in that series. So, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I gotta. So now I literally just I put that on my list of things to watch, because I had no idea. So you think so? Did they with what they had on YouTube? Was it like did they have CG in it? Did they have like effects, or it was just like
no? They had CG.
It was full
on. Like it wasn't movie quality, but it was someone put some money into it. You can tell someone put some money into it.
But it wasn't produced by like a studio. It was just like guys who just liked it.
No. It was like a smaller studio that put it together, and it was financed by. It was like a smaller end, and I don't know how they got the rights. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was like a pilot kind of thing that did it. They did a couple, and the company saw how well they did, or the studio, where they just gave them more money to finish off the series.
Okay. Yeah, no, so I didn't. Yeah, all right, okay, I gotta watch that. But okay, so what about the movie that you didn't like then? Or it was just like it's not that you didn't like it. It could have been better, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, it could have been better, but I know what they're doing with it. They're trying to do a whole universe.
Correct. Kind of, they're doing like a Marvel universe. They're doing the same thing.
Yeah. But the only issue I have with that is not really, because they could technically kill off anyone. But I just didn't care for the main character at all. Like the whole family thing.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the kid. I didn't care about the his wife.
I feel like the only reason, and I still don't actually know his name. My friend has a YouTube channel, and I did one with him about Mortal Kombat, and we still couldn't remember the guy's name, and we're like, man, they just used him to further the story, because the story of Mortal Kombat is crappy. Like it's just a tournament. It's just a fight tournament.
No, it's not.
Well, no, I mean, like if you get into the video game series and stuff like that, because they were into it, like it is more than that. But how they played this movie was literally they set it up, and the whole theme of it was just this tournament. Tournament. So in order to break the fact that it's more than a tournament, they put like a family dynamic in there, but the writing was so bad that like it got lost.
Also, you admit it was bad writing.
No, well, it wasn't even like writing was.
Got you.
There was no writing.
Here's the problem.
There was no writing. It's like they didn't even write. It's like they took fighting and they're like, oh, what words would sound good in between the fighting? Like,
but the problem was that whole dynamic with the family. But like you said, it's the perfect example. You didn't even know his name because he felt so irrelevant. He was the point of view of us. We don't know what's going on. and we're him. His name is Cole Young, FYI. But it just didn't resonate. And then when his abilities came, his abilities were to take an ass whooping and use that power against people.
He had the Wakanda suit. He had a suit.
Yeah. But that was his powers derived from all the ass beatings that he was getting. It's like, okay, I guess that's a good power.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, no, he also activated it's not a katana. He also activated the spear that brought Scorpion back. So he might have some other power that we just haven't seen yet, maybe. Like, I don't know, but I thought it was weak. And one thing that I was talking about with him is that even like we've seen so much in the recent just year alone is in terms of like fighting sequences. So we've seen like Falcon Winter Soldier, they have great fighting sequences. We've seen, I'm not sure, you've never played the game The Last of Us, right? Or have you heard of it? All right, so like that video game, like I don't even have a PS4, but I borrowed Ben's and I bought the game just because I've heard about the fight sequences and just how great the storyline is, and it's just amazing. So Mortal Kombat, I like a movie about fighting. I thought I'd be blown away. I thought I'd be blown away by like the fight sequences, and the best fight was the very beginning, the very first 7 minutes or whatever. That very first fight.
Really?
The very first fight before Sub-Zero becomes Sub-Zero, when back in the
for sure.
Yeah, that was the best fight. Aside from that, every other fight was just like whatever. The coolest, the best, the other coolest part that I wouldn't say was a full-on fight, but when Kung Lao saw the girl's face in half with his. Do you remember that? Yeah. Like fatality. when he saw her, I was like, oh, that's pretty badass. But aside from that, I was like, dude, all the fights were like lame, and this is a fight movie.
You know what the best one was? The best one was when he did the trip and he got up and he tripped him because I remember friends always doing that stupid shit when I was younger. No, but it was like a funny thing to like what actually would happen. It's like that's all you know, and like, using Liu Kang and just tripping people.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny. I honestly felt like Kano, like he had the most personality, and
most definitely.
Like I don't know, man. Spoiler alert: he doesn't make, but technically no one really dies, so you can still bring him back because he doesn't have the thing on his face yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have it. Well, actually, I think so. My thing with Kano is like, when something's funny for a little bit, and then after a while, like it gets annoying. But then if they keep going, it gets like super funny again. That's what I feel like Kano was. Like at first, I was dying. I thought like he offered great comedic relief, and then the quips started getting a little old because he just would never shut up, and then I was like, dang.
But that's him.
Like, yeah, but but it got annoying after a while. I was like, dang, like, man, is he gonna do this for the entire film? It started to bug me, and then it kept going again. And then it became funny again. It became like hilarious. And so I loved it. He's my favorite character by far.
Who was the lamest one though to you? Who felt kind of lame? That you actually liked and you wanted it to like succeed, but it just like fell a little flat.
Well, I mean, there's so much that I didn't like. Like, for instance, like Goro, like he was like a brute. He was just freaking
which is crazy because back in the day it felt like he was always like the higher end.
Like so he was just a brute to me, and I was just like, man, that's like he's just so insignificant.
You know why? There's more forearms, whatever those things are. So they're just gonna pull like there's a girl and some other guy version, so they're gonna use those.
Yeah, so he was a brute. My favorite, honestly, like when I was watching the movie, because I actually watched it. I watched it and then I talked about it like right after with my friend. He knows that my favorite character was Sub-Zero. Then it was Raiden, but it was Sub-Zero, and like immediately I was like, dude, Sub-Zero, they're making him like the biggest douchebag ever. He's they made him like such an asshole. Like,
but he is though. His whole family.
I get it, but like not even like close. I mean, he's just like again, it's the difference of when we talked about villains that I like, villains that like have a purpose and a meaning. No, he's just a dick just because he's a freaking dick. The way that they portrayed him. There's no purpose behind it. There's no inner meaning. There's no goal. It's just you're just an asshole. You're literally
that's
just
another
an
reason
asshole.
why the writing isn't as good. It's because in that web series they explain the feud. It's like a Crips and Bloods, but it's like a blue. I forgot the name of his
Clan
gang or clan, yeah. And the yellow one's a different one. So they're warring both of them. So like they didn't elaborate on any of that shit. You just see, like you said, Sub-Zero came in, just started killing everybody and killed the kids, and it feels like, why did he even do that?
Well, so like the only thing I got, and I only got this because of the words, was that like, okay, apparently he wanted to kill his family line because there was a prophecy or something that like that family line would destroy his family or something. Yeah. So, but I mean, even that was like weak, and it was like lost in translation, and like, I just not a fan. But I love both actors though. The actor for Scorpion, the actor for Scorpion, I love him as an actor from what's the show that I really like? Oh my gosh, Westworld. Westworld. You don't watch Westworld? Oh, dude. All right, so he's in Westworld, and then the other guy. Do you watch Warrior? I think I mentioned it, right? You don't watch Warrior either? Okay, so Sub-Zero is from a show called Warrior, and I like him in that show too. So both actors I actually really like, but I feel like Mortal Kombat did them dirty. And they actually signed they signed Sub-Zero to five movie contract.
Yeah.
So, you know, they definitely are going to go further with that. But one thing that my friend mentioned that caught me off guard, which was so funny, is that the entire time, Scorpion is only speaking, he's only speaking Japanese the entire time, right? Yeah. But at the end, he says, "Get over here." And like with that actor, and then my friend was like, he mentioned how it caught him off guard because he was like, "Wait a minute, like, so when did he learn English?"
Oh yeah. But he said it with an accent though. He didn't just say, "Get over here." Yeah, "Get over here."
They're like, when did he have like okay,
yeah, you're right. That's the only English.
Yeah, it's the only place. Was like, when all of a sudden, like, did you learn that in hell when you were in the in the abyss of hell? Like, where did you learn that? Because the entire time you're only speaking Japanese, like you can't speak anything else. But the only phrase you can say is "get over here." Like, that's badass. That was funny. I didn't even notice it. You brought that to my attention. I thought it was cool. Yeah.
Okay. Final thoughts on this. So the one that fell flat for me was Raiden, by far.
I would agree.
He was so bland, and in the video game, it almost felt like it not cheating outside of using Liu Kang. Raiden was another go-to for me
because he's a god.
Yeah, he's a god. But it was like he did nothing. Obviously, they're gonna save the fight for maybe the next movie, but it just he did nothing at all. Nothing.
Yeah. Was he your favorite character? Would you say, like in the video games, or no?
Liu Kang was.
Liu Kang was.
Yeah.
Raiden, and I kind of figured, I wouldn't say that I didn't expect him to have any fights, but like I expected him to probably have some sort of say or whatever. He just seems like how would I mention it? In another movie, he would be like the guardian of the tower. That's kind of like how I kind of saw him. Like he's just the guardian of the temple, and I was like, oh man, that's lame.
But at least he was Asian this time.
Yeah, correct. Not a white guy with long hair. Which I gotta rewatch the 1995 one. I watched snippets.
The OG one, the first one's good. The second, horrible. The third was just not even worth.
The 1995. Well, I don't. That's the only one that I remember. The dude with the white hair.
He was in the other one too. He was in part 2.
Oh, okay.
Part 2, they switched. They put another white guy.
Oh, I gotta rewatch him. Did you rewatch him like prior to this?
No.
No.
No, I'm like no.
So I'm gonna waste your life.
They're so bad. They're so bad. God, that stuff was disappointing.
Well, what else did you watch this week that I probably didn't watch because that's all I got to see?
Not really about what I watched. It's just like all the random info that started leaking out about all the other shows and stuff. The showrunner for Falcon Winter Soldier started talking a bit about him writing Captain America 4, and he also mentioned I think it was today. He mentioned that he tried to get Spider-Man in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they nixed it. They're like, come on, man. Like, it doesn't even fit. Like right now, Spider-Man's on the run. So like, but he was just trying to, because he knows that dynamic was fun, like in Civil War.
But I thought with the Spider-Man series, they're gonna start exploring the whole time travel thing. So technically,
no, that's a dimensional.
Dimensions. Okay, all right.
But where they're at in the time frame could be immediately after. So we don't know exactly what he was trying to do. But he's a good writer, so him and his team. So I think that they could have made it work, but there's no need for the extra for now. But yeah, so new images came out too of Hawkeye, which was pretty cool because it's like it looks very similar to the comic books.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anything
because they finished filming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's gonna be, I can't remember when that's gonna be out. Maybe in the fall or something like that.
I heard that they released another Black Widow. Am I wrong? Another Black Widow trailer? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a little extra, but it's like it's been long sitting on that. They're finally gonna put it out in July
or something like that. But I thought that one would be out already. But I think they're timing everything like perfectly. When does Loki start? Loki starts next week? June? Really? Oh, so they're actually giving a gap here because with Falcon Winter Soldier, we only had like 1 week off from WandaVision.
Yeah, but I think another reason why they're doing that is because Bad Batch comes out on the 4th, May 4th.
Oh,
Bad Batch.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I love those are part of my favorite Star Wars series actually. So I actually look forward to seeing what they do with Bad Batch. When does that come out? Because I gotta
May 4th. Like,
May 4th.
For a reason,
Like,
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah. Oh,
that's why they did that. So I'm sure they want to give it some breathing room so they get more subscribers more consistently. So I
did watch. So I may not have seen like all the news, but I watched the trailer for MODOK.
Oh yeah. They've been sitting on that for a minute because I saw some.
Oh really?
Yeah, they had put stuff out like about a year ago. They were showing some stuff, but yeah, that should be fun. We'll see.
And then Sizzle. Did you see that one? The Disney she's the Arab Miss Marvel. You didn't see Sizzle? Like look it up. Like Google it. Sizzle Miss Marvel Disney Plus. Like Google it. And watch that. I watched that trailer this week as well.
Oh, you said Miss Marvel.
I said yeah, but it says Sizzle like on the.
That's the type of trailer it is. Oh, that's gonna be like a kid. It could be like High School High. I'll watch that series, but I don't really care for Miss Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she kind of looks up to, she does admire Captain Marvel. So that's a big influence on why she wants to be good. But I don't know how they're gonna
incorporate that.
Yeah, because the way she got her powers is different. I don't know if because she's an Inhuman. Basically, a mist goes over certain people, and they're genetically predisposed to have certain powers when this hits them.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're gonna want to introduce because they had a TV series that did horribly.
Really?
TV series? Yeah, it was so bad. And then they had Inhumans on Shield. They used them because they couldn't say mutants, so they started using all the Inhumans they could. Yeah, but I'm giving these caca faces, but you know me, I'm gonna watch all of it. If it's superhero shit, I'm gonna watch it and complain about it.
Stop judging.
That's what I do, though. I'm good at it. So okay, I heard that Marvel's in talks with Jim Carrey too.
Really? That'd be interesting.
To be a villain in Deadpool 3.
Oh, bro.
So
that'd be so hot.
Yeah, I did a little research.
The two types of humors. Okay.
Yeah, but I did. Oh yeah, and his dramatic acting. But Deadpool's the type where he could go all out and be crazy. There's a character called Madcap.
Okay.
I think he might do that. We'll see, because Madcap has the same healing abilities, maybe a little better than him, but you could just have him just go batshit crazy all the time and just,
so it's actually, it'll be more of a physical role rather than maybe like a Joker-esque type of role, like a physical combative, like Jim Carrey would actually.
Yeah. Someone who could like, and it would be something new if it was someone like Madcap, because it could be something that's more along the lines of like, who could out crazy Deadpool? It's going to be far and few between, and Madcap is one of those that you could kind of play it that way, where Deadpool's like, oh man, I don't know how to handle this.
Yeah,
it's a little too much. So we'll see. It could be kind of fun. Another one that would be good is, you mentioned the MODOK, but I don't think they're ready to put MODOK on the big screen yet.
Yeah,
but yeah, with Jim Carrey's range, he could literally do anything, man.
Yeah, so good. I'm surprised if he even comes back, because I don't even, the last thing, it seemed like the last things I saw him in were kind of like serious comedy kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like he also got very political, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, with his art as well. You know about his art, right?
Oh, his art was good. Yeah. I like I saw a documentary on that. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, so it's like, it just seems like he's gotten very, more political and that within his age. But if he comes back in this way, I mean, I would love it. I love the dude. I love the character.
But it seems really ideal to have a fourth wall type of movie where all the characters are aware that they're in a movie.
Yeah.
It seems like how he treats life now.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I could see him doing his thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's actually that's not the only superhero news. There's more.
There's more. Oh, wait, there's more, like those. You sound like those infomercials. But wait, guys, there's more.
Yeah. But this has kind of been ongoing for a while, though. Because like the Superman movie, has been in the works, but not. I don't even think Henry Cavill's signed to a new contract yet.
Really?
So, and they've been flirting with the idea of a black Superman, because it's gonna be like Earth 2 based, a different universe. So, casual talks with Marvel. People thought Captain Britain a few years back, but at this point, they want to introduce the X-Men. So some people are kind of saying Wolverine.
But they don't even have an actor for Wolverine yet. So how is that even possible?
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah, you said they're thinking about introducing it.
No, if they're introducing a character, Wolverine, there's a Wolverine anthology has been written right now. It's in the works. So if you already have that in line, and Cavill's being in talks, and he's not even with DC at this point, I think he seems like a good fit to play that type of character, because he could be disgruntled. He probably is disgruntled because how he was treated as Superman.
I don't know. I want to hear Ben's opinion. I want to hear Ben's opinion on that. I do not see Henry Cavill as a good Wolverine.
There's other options, but he's one of the top, I think. Like, who are you gonna have? I don't want a tall dude. Not he's a decent height, but he's
pretty.
Hugh Jackman is way too tall. He's like 6'2". Like it's gonna be kind of hard.
Well, Henry Cavill is also. Well, Henry Cavill would be the X-Men of the Wolverine of the '90s. That is kind of like how do I say it? Like this. You know, he was a lot thicker and kind of like
Okay. Just to give you background of what Wolverine is in general, in the comics, he's 5'3", 200 pounds.
That's what I mean.
With the adamantium, he's 300 pounds. So
I didn't know it was that heavy.
So, from the 90s, knowing this, he still fits that because he's muscular build. All you have to have him do is like hunched over more often than not.
That's exactly what I was saying. That's what I was trying to get at. Like the Wolverine, like from the '90s, he kind of seemed like that. He was just like really big, kind of like I would imagine in a linebacker pose kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, then what's your problem? Like, he doesn't have to be the greatest actor in the world. Just be quiet, and we want Henry Cavill.
Just shut up, don't say anything, and just look.
Think about how they write him as Superman and how they wrote him into The Witcher. He's like a grumpy, kind of like sullen type of character. Anyways, like, it fits.
So so what you're saying is he's the best actor with the least roles. With the least lines, my bad, the least lines.
It could be.
The
There's
least
other
lines
better.
you give him, the better the actor he is.
I'd rather have like Charlie Hunnam, or I don't know, maybe something along those lines, with a little more acting chops, because what Wolverine goes through is pretty deep. And they're going to be they're going to go through the whole history of Wolverine. So that'd be kind of cool if every episode was like a different war that he fought in or something like that. That would be kind of cool. But I don't know. Well,
didn't they do that already with the Hugh Jackman series? Because they showed him. Yeah, wasn't there one movie where he was in a war?
What year? Yes, they had Hiroshima was the very beginning of one, but they had the opening sequence to the Wolverine movie was the best part of that movie, where him and Sabretooth are fighting the different wars. That was really cool.
Yes.
And then the movie was trash. The movie was completely trash. So that hurt my heart, because that first opening scene was so amazing.
So you think they're gonna do like full on a movie, just strictly like if it's in the World War II era, then it's strictly that.
They could easily, because Wolverine's interacted with Wolverine knew Captain America. He fought in the same war with Captain America. So it's like, it would be cool if each war or each decade, however they do it,
they show
each episode has a random superhero he runs across who's alive during that time. That would be so dope. Or references to people in the comic books in each episode, and still deal with all the shit that he dealt with. That would be so cool. And so fun to write. So we'll see what they do.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. But there's a lot. I also found out today that the I Am Groot series is going to be on Disney Plus, and it's actually going to be animation.
All right.
So they're going to make like a baby Groot, obviously, for the kids and stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say that he got so popular.
And my mom's gonna love it. My mom has
really
figurines. She has that and Baby Yoda. She loved Baby Yoda before Baby Yoda. Like she didn't even watch the series yet.
And she had Baby Yoda stuff.
Yeah. She's like, I don't even care what happened in it. I love Baby Yoda. I'm like, oh my god, Mom.
Yeah, and they're potentially doing. Do you know any word on where Grogu's at? I mean, Luke took him, but are they following that story at all? We know that they're
they're going to be making the other. They're doing I think they're still doing the casting for Obi-Wan.
Okay.
I don't think they started filming yet. Bad Batch takes. I'm not sure if it starts now, like immediately after Mandalorian. I heard it's attached. It might even be.
Well, Bad Batch is after the Clone Wars.
I don't know the order of all that stuff. But I know that they said it's the first time that they're going to have a cartoon take place after a live action. So I didn't know if they meant this movie or the Mandalorian show. But I don't know. You might know more than me when it comes to that aspect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look forward to it anyway. I mean, I freaking love what they do, with the animated series anyway. Except for...
I saw the last few episodes because I heard all the hype.
Yeah.
That was good. Like the Darth Vader and all the stuff at the end. That was really good.
Yeah. And then after that, they had the other Star Wars show that was more kiddish, and I can't think of the name. Oh my gosh.
More than that one? Which one? No, I saw the Clone Wars, right?
The Clone Wars was the one with the same type of animation, but after the Clone Wars, they created another series that was on Disney, Disney X or whatever. What's the other Disney? There's another Disney TV channel, and it was a more childish version, but it continued on in that story, and I watched that as well, only because I wanted to fully be caught up and understand the timing, like what you're saying right now. I wanted to fully understand the timing of events, so I tried to watch everything in sequence before the Mandalorian. And so I actually don't remember when the Clone Wars is happening, but when the Bad Batch comes out, I'll definitely have to restudy.
Yeah, man, I'm lost. I'll probably watch the show and be like, oh, this is kind of cool. And everyone would be like, what do you mean? It's amazing. All right, cool. What else is going on here? Okay. The others is like old news, but I thought it was kind of fun. I was just thinking about what characters would what actors would be good in certain roles, because I heard at one point Batista, I think it was when James Gunn was let go from Disney and he wanted to follow, so Batista started talking to DC trying to become Bane.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That would be
hell
perfect,
yeah.
dude.
I'd be
Perfect.
so down. I'd be so down.
Yeah,
but he did everything. That guy is legitimately. I think he's like 6'4".
Yeah,
or something like that. He's tall. He has the look. The vein, the everything, and he's a good enough actor for Bane.
Oh yeah, because Bane's supposed to be just as intelligent as Batman, but like 3 times stronger. So it would be amazing if they still managed to do so, because I don't see Drax going further than, they don't even need him past Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So let's see if he even makes it that far, because he's gonna be in Thor: Love and Thunder. So
which I didn't even see the previews for that yet, and I figured that you would mention that. You would mention that there was a trailer for that as well that was released.
No, there's
Russell Crowe? Wasn't there?
No, there's no trailer. They just leaked that. He actually leaked. He said that he was going to be Zeus.
Oh, he put it up
in that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. I heard it in passing. Again, this week I was just non-existent in this world. Yeah. So he leaked it.
Yeah. He just said, "Oh, I get to be Zeus," and he looks like the comic book character Zeus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it'll work. It'll be fun. I don't think he's going to survive, but I think it'll be fun. Because Gore the God Butcher, Christian Bale, is going to be in it. So he's going to get a certain weapons, and take care of the gods, because the gods mistreat him. And when, like they prayed to the gods and no one saved them and they passed away, then he blamed all the gods for not, you exist and you didn't help any of my people. So he's on a rampage handling things. So
when does that come out?
I don't know. Sometime in
2022.
Yeah, 22.
So not even this year. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're still filming. Yeah. So
if Batista takes Bane, it's definitely going to be different than like the Tom Hardy Bane that we got with the Christopher Nolan Bane. You did not like that Bane?
It's horrible.
You did. What?
His accent?
I forget it. Well,
okay. First of all, they use a white guy for a Latino.
What?
The Latino.
Yeah.
Bane is a Latino.
Of course.
A massive Latino. Like Hardy's what? My height?
Yeah.
And luckily Christian Bale's an inch shorter. So he looked huge. But you know what I mean? Like, how is that gonna work?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they played more off Christopher Nolan played more off the intelligence part of it than the wrestler part of it.
Right. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because the fight scene sucked.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Christian Bale can't fight. So when I have the argument that he wasn't the best Batman, because people do, and they get upset, it's like, no, because they got so caught up in
I like the Batman. The Christopher Nolan Batmans are my favorite Batmans.
Yes.
Not to say that the other ones aren't good, and I'm not saying the other ones aren't good. Christian Bale was not my favorite Batman, but the Batman films themselves are my favorite Batman films. You get me?
Yeah, because Nolan wrote it. First thing Nolan has an issue with, I have an issue with Nolan. The love interests are always not attractive. I'm like, oh my God, come on. Why? They're all homely. No offense to everyone out there. But I just don't.
They're not like but then why, like,
but I'm like, why is the richest man in the earth?
Because you can get supermodels all day long. You just get them on an app, but you can't get the sincere of heart and the good character. But the heart is what matters, Trevor. Don't you know that? When you date people,
always where the heart is.
Don't you look for the heart? Do you automatically go to the booty? Don't you look at what's in the inside?
Okay, I'd have to look at the inside because the outside wasn't doing it for me. I'm just saying. They're okay. They're good actresses and they can play other roles, but to have someone who's supposed to be who could attain basically anybody, he's supposed to be the peak athlete, the peak of intelligence of what we all strive to have, and he's picking that, and they're not even charming.
I feel like they did the same thing with the Daniel Craig Bond movies. Like they're with the exception of one girl, the one when he went, and I can't remember the one movie, but
the one who got shot in the head was so hot.
The one that got shot in the head. Yeah, that's the one where they have sex in the shower on the boat. Yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about. She's the hottest one that they ever had. The one that I thought was ugly was the one with the huge eyes. The one that when they were in
when he comes out of the beach and he's like all oiled up instead of the girls. That one?
Yeah, the girl has big eyes. She's British, and then she almost drowned. Like I was like, man.
Oh, she did drown, right?
I thought she almost drowned. She did drown?
I think so, because he was all in love with her.
Yeah, he was in love with her. I was like, dude, let her go. Like, no.
See, you feel the same way as I do about wow, let her go.
It was a joke.
Heartless.
She freaking was twisted anyway. She double crossed him. Freaking, you don't need a double crosser.
Oh, double crosser.
Yeah, well, I know.
Oh, God. What you drinking there?
Oh, so I actually got. Let me grab the bottle. So we had some fantastic UFC fights a week ago now. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the YouTube channel earlier, but Dana White, he has his own, do you know his liquor brand? It's like all over like when you see the UFC fights, you see it as Howler. So the chick I'm talking about, the chick I'm talking with right now, she got this for me. It's a whiskey because she knows I love whiskey. But it's a flavored whiskey. And I'm not a fan of flavored whiskey because to me, whiskey has its own inherent taste due to the distilled process. But this is a banana flavored whiskey. And yeah, it is interesting. I would say
that's what Ben likes.
I would say it's definitely like a girl, like as soon as I started tasting it, I was like, man, it's hard for me to imagine the UFC president like endorsing a whiskey that's flavored. That's so like, you know, it's girlish, it's feminine. And then when I looked online at like their website, it's definitely marketed more towards the female approach or whatever. But it is like it you can definitely taste the banana. It's sweet, it's thick. I'm not a huge fan of it. I actually I'm drinking it straight right now, but I actually found that I was trying to look at mixtures for it, and I actually have a banana right there. I put banana and strawberries, mixed them up in a machine, and then put this in there. Like with the first time I had it, and I was like, okay, that's probably the only time I would buy another bottle of this. I'm not a fan of flavored whiskey. It's not my thing.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
I had this last week, and you guys got mad at me for not having the actual bottle, so I have it this time.
Yeah, how do I trust you? You got that. It looks like cranberry juice. It looks like you got a used bottle and put cranberry juice in there. And now you didn't like it.
It's Long Island iced tea, Captain Morgan's. But I added some of this ginger beer. So this ginger beer is like extremely ginger. I have to talk about this more than that. That is like a given. That's sneaky strong. No, it's a go-to for sure. It's like $18 a bottle. Good deal for what you get. But this ginger beer packs a punch, dude. Like it.
We'll put it up to the camera. Let me see what it is, the brand and all that. Like, what is that? Ginger beer by Good Taste or something like that. Where do you buy it? Just a regular store?
Genuine Taste. Kroger.
Oh, so it's just until you buy it at a grocery store, regular.
Yeah. But it has more punch. It like that ginger is strong. Like,
and you mix that with the Long Island, or you just drink that straight?
I did today. I added a slight bit of whiskey to it too. Just to make it a little more oomph. As I was waiting for you to, start this. But it's not too bad by itself when it's mixed. But just don't overdo it with that ginger beer because it's a slightly carbonated, but that too much ginger to anything will kill. And
Well, I think what you just said, right? Like a hint of it when you said with whiskey, I literally imagined the taste, and I was like, dang, I actually think that would taste pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Like
Just
whiskey with a hint of ginger, of ginger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then for those who like a little extra carbonation to their drinks too.
Yeah.
It's always
a little fizz.
Yeah, man. But
yeah,
it's a nice little buzz, an easy buzz.
You're in a good place right now, then.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Get more than that.
It's Friday night, two guys in our own places alone. That's sad. I have women all around me. You just can't see them right now, and I told them to be quiet while I'm filming. So just so you know,
you and you just said you were talking to a girl who bought you that bottle. You got it like that?
I'm lying.
I'm lying.
I'm lying.
Oh yeah.
But I will say one thing interesting that happened this week. I had a friend hit on this girl because he didn't know that I was dating her because we haven't said anything, and so that was an interesting thing.
Oh wait. Okay. Are you allowed to elaborate, or we can't talk about that yet? About
we can talk about it, but I'm not gonna talk about it. But I like
it's okay. No names. Yeah,
it's too fresh. I'm just putting it out there that it happened. It happened. So because we didn't put it out there yet that we were talking or dating, whatever. But then, so I had another friend that was hitting her up and kept hitting her up, and then she was showing me these texts for the past few days, and then I'm like, dang, like it's getting to and then she's not responding, but the dude is continuing, and I didn't know this side of him because like we each like not every one of your friends knows like your game, right? This guy has no game. He just goes straight to like the nasty, even if they don't even respond. I'm being dead serious. I can't even imagine talking to someone like that because to me it's disrespectful. But like straight up, just like this, and I'm like, fudge, like I gotta say something. And so I had to reach out to the dude, and I'll leave it at that. We reached out, we got to talk and stuff like that. Maybe at a later point, I'll elaborate.
Time out. Can we rewind? We don't have to elaborate on certain things right now, but
yeah,
she's a grown woman, right? She's not underage.
No, she's a grown woman. I've only dated one person in my life that was younger than me. Didn't I tell you that? I've only dated one person in my life that was younger than me, ever.
All I have to say is, if she's grown, she can handle it. Sorry, I'm not interested. Sorry, I'm seeing somebody right now.
She did say that.
Oh, you didn't say that part.
I told you so even without her with the lack of response, so she would say that, and he would still advance, and like it's not subtle. I mean, it's straight up freaking. Like I would imagine, and I don't know on my date, but I would imagine like, dang, how do I say this? Well, hopefully people don't like an online creep, pretty much. And I'm like, dang, I didn't know he was like that with girls, but that's a little scary. Like that, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
like this. I like this conversation.
I guess in a later time I can elaborate more, but this is like fresh and I don't want to get out. But like
that's for our Patreon viewers who want to pay to see the good combos and the
that was definitely interesting. That was freaking that was interesting.
Okay. All right. Actually, that's a decent transition into the stuff I wanted to talk about. Dating apps.
No.
So we had talked about it before. You've never had a profile before?
No, I had one that my sister created the account, and I finished the profile. And I did it like I did like a humorous and kind of like my personality, and like within a week I had like and I didn't even bother like liking other people, but a few people liked me or whatever, and I decided to hit up by like I messaged a few. One, we hit it off, and I actually went on the date and dated that girl for maybe like 2-3 months, and it was just too soon for me after my big breakup, so it didn't work out, and I never went on another one again. But like as far as like a dating app, I've never had a dating app. This was a website. I don't know. Yeah.
So when you date somebody or you start talking to a woman, are you the type that is like, that's the only one I'm talking to, and you go through this whole 2-month process and then that's the only one you're talking to, or you talk to a couple? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Great question. There are no stupid questions, Trevor. Oh. I'll say it like that. I'll say it like how teachers say. There's no stupid questions. No, I believe if you're single, you have the ability to talk to like whoever you want. But if I start dating one, like not even committed, but if I in my mind, and this is a story, I do have a Patreon story for that one. Like I have an interesting story about that. In my mind, even if we're not like official, but if I'm like now taking you on dates and now I'm trying to make this work, then I won't be talking to somebody else. Just me personally, even though I have the ability to, because in my mind, if I'm hoping that our dating thing will take it further, I think it's a terrible start to start our dating relationship with me like sleeping around with other people too. You know what I mean? Like just me personally. Like if I'm acting like I want to grow with you, but yet I'm leaving the option for somebody else, I feel like that's jacked up. And I'm not desperate. Like I'm not desperate. I've never had, I'm not desperate. I could, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'll move on. I'll move on. And it was a big deal. But like, so if I'm acting like I'm dating you and want something, I'll try it. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll try.
What part of the dating process is this where you're trying to make it work with this one? Is it after?
So this would be after, there's no number. I wouldn't say there's no number, but it's at least not the first 3. Like, cause that's I don't even know you yet. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't even know you yet. So I can do whatever the heck I want. But if it's like, all right, so let's try to go out every week and stuff like that, that's different. So if I'm now saying like, all right, I want to see you every week and this and that, I'm letting you know that I want to get to know you better.
Or you say that? I want to see you every week?
No, but like
you're that dude?
No.
you call up, you're like, I miss you.
No, I'm the person who doesn't call, who doesn't text, and they feel like I'm a douche, but it's not that. It's because I'm a very, like when I'm with people, I'm an extrovert, but when I'm by myself, I'm by myself. Like I don't need to call you. I don't need to text you. I don't need any, if I don't hear from you in like a week or 2, like I'm okay with that. Like it's cool with me. So typically I'm the one that girls get pissed off because I don't text you enough, I don't call you enough and stuff like that. So that's me. But I do want to see you physically. I'm terrible with phone calls. I don't call anybody, like literally. Ben, my sister knows, I don't call a freaking person. I don't call one single person. I don't do it because I'd rather talk to you in person. Why call you? Let's just see each other. I'll freaking, even if you don't want to get off your ass, like I'll drive to you. If you're 30 minutes away, whatever. I'll freaking drive to you, but I'd rather talk to you in person than talk to you over the phone. Because also a lot of times, like when you're talking to me over the phone, I'm doing something else anyway. So I'm not even giving you my attention. Like to be honest, if I'm on the phone with you, I'm probably cleaning or doing something else. So you don't even have my attention anyway. So why bother calling?
I'm always multitasking. So
exactly. So that means that you're telling the person that you're not that important.
No, but that's how I always am. Like I'm always.
But you wouldn't be if you were face to face with a person. That's the difference.
If I'm forced to go out on a date, even then, I'd be thinking about.
So let me ask you the same question you asked me. When do you, or do you never? Is it until does it have to be official for you to stop talking to other people?
No, there's no official. To me, it's. There just comes a certain point. I'm the type, I don't fall into anything. I grow when I feel reciprocation on actions and shit like that. And I feel like I want to see someone more frequently. It doesn't necessarily have to be every single week, but if I feel like I want to see somebody like each week, then I kind of know.
That's the same thing.
But it doesn't happen that often. So some I do, like, to me it's a feeling. I don't get the butterflies anymore, but I get that anxiety or like the excitement. It's like I'm gonna get to see so and so, like like
really? I haven't had that in a long time.
I'll get my clothes and put my clothes out and shit. It's like I'll wear this and I'll put it on. It's like I don't want to wear this shirt. I'm putting another shirt on. Like If they don't give me that feeling, then we ain't even at that point. Because if I'm at that point, I'm probably not talking to anybody anymore, because that's how I am. Like I don't need. They feel everything that I feel that I need, like the attention or reciprocation. I don't. But it occasionally happens. Sometimes they fuck it up where they're not showing me as much love and attention that I need. I don't need it that often either. Maybe a little more than you. I can't go a couple weeks. If I go a couple weeks without them at least attempting to send me a message, you got other you too busy for me, or you know, like I'm not a necessity. Not saying I need to be number one, but I can't make your top 5.
Yeah.
Then you're not on my top 5.
Well, it was interesting because like with the last girl that I was with, you know, for a while, like a year and a half or whatever. I'm typically, like what I told you, I'm typically the one that people get mad at because it's a lack. I've never met somebody that's like worse than me. Like if I don't talk to you in like a month, like she's cool, and I'm like, what? And then I started to realize, like, holy crap, this is how I'm making other people feel. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, you know, for me, it's like if I don't talk to you in a week, like, you know, so yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't have to. But, and I never understood how that would make somebody else so mad. It's just like you know, you know what I do. It's not like, you know, so I work, I do this, I get home, I do this, I do that, I do that. It's not like I'm freaking, especially during COVID, I'm not like out and doing this. So it's like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal?
Makes it worse.
Like, what's the big deal? But then you get so pissy, and I never understood. But now I finally got a piece of my own medicine. I was like, oh crap! Now I can see why that could make somebody feel bad. Like, I never got it.
Frustrated as shit. Everyone always has time. They just decide whether or not to make time for sex.
Most definitely. I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's so frustrating because when they give you that lame excuse, I was busy.
Yeah, but yes, I agree with that. But I never give an excuse that I'm busy. I don't give it. I have no. The thing that I typically say is I honestly didn't know, like I don't know what to say to you. Like I don't know, like, because again, like, what am I gonna, like, okay, like literally no, because I like so one girl that I dated, she would talk to her sister every freaking day, all day long, like every freaking day. And then she would call me every day, and then it's like, oh, so what are you doing? Same as yesterday. Well, okay, well, how was your day today? Same as yesterday. How's your day today? Same as yesterday. So that's what I mean. Like for me, I'm not, you know, I don't like also the job that I do, not every day is something so enthusiastic and stuff like that. So it's like, so I honestly don't, like, if you're gonna, you know, I don't know. And that's why I feel like I don't have to talk to you every day.
That's true. But here's the thing. And I think it was with my last, we'll call it relationship. I don't know what to call it because it was a complicated thing. But anyways, the fact that she's one of the very rare people that actually cared enough to check in on me to see how I was doing, not only how my day was, but to see how I was feeling emotionally, which is extremely rare because they don't give two shits outside of what's going on in their world.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it feels like a nuisance, but other times it's kind of not nice to know that someone cares enough about my well-being on a day-to-day, which no one fucking cares. Nobody outside of my mom and dad, mainly my mom. So it's very refreshing and it's nice, and you don't really know until it's not there anymore, and it's genuine. When not how's your day, but I would randomly get texts, how are you feeling? Like it's slightly different words, but
what would you say? I got a poo right now? Like what? What do I say?
Anything. because it could be I could be off emotionally, I could be having a shitty day, but I know it came from the heart, and she was there, she was near, who was ready to listen to whatever shit came out of my mouth, no matter how. I could have been like, I'm horny, like anything, you know what I mean, like anything, which most girls won't even reply. They'll tell me if I'm the one who sends like, how was your day, they'll tell me about their day,
but they won't answer back.
No.
No.
To me, that's like a huge turnoff.
That happens all the time. That happens all the freaking time.
Well, that just lets me know where I stand. Like they don't really. Like I said, prior to that, how are you feeling, like in more detail, like elaborate on your day.
So then when you go on these online dating apps, how do you find these girls that are going to reciprocate that? Is it just like through the conversation? Because I don't know how kind of it works. Like a lot of the dating apps, you actually both have to like in order to even have a conversation, right, or something like that. Or
yeah. So if it's reciprocation, it'll have to move from the apps, because I'm not on the apps all the time. So it's like it'll be like compared to your texting, where I'm not going to be on it as much. So like, oh shit, my bad. Sorry, I was doing other things. Like I'm on Instagram more often than not. You want to go on Instagram, or you want to exchange numbers, whatever you're comfortable with. Cause like, I know it's just stranger and some are comfortable with either or, but I'm like, I'm not going to have a conversation on this. Don't give me your Snapchat. Cause some of them do that. Like it deletes the message.
Snapchat deletes the message?
Yeah. So after someone opens it and reads it, it disappears. So it's like,
oh, well, yeah.
And then, but if I send it to someone and they don't open it up right away and read it and reply, and even if they reply, if I don't go back, I can't read what I sent prior. So it's like, I don't know, dude, it could have been 5 minutes ago, but that's light years away. That's
but what about Facebook Messenger? Why don't they just Facebook Messenger you?
Because I'm not 65 and I don't use Facebook.
Yeah, you're talking to somebody who's socially inept. Like I don't go on any of these things. I don't even know. Instagram has a messaging thing too, right?
Yes. All right. So I use that one more often than not. Ben loves Twitter. I don't do Twitter because I have a big mouth. So
Twitter has a messaging thread?
Yeah.
Like a private message thread where you could just talk to one person?
I think so. Yeah. I haven't been there a long time, but I think they do. But they also have a public one, but now you can post pictures and videos too. That's why I was more drawn to Instagram, because I could just more often not post my art or photos and memes. I love memes. But memes are usually in my stories though.
So, I would think like when you create like if you're on a dating app, I would think that it would already be like attached to your other social media platforms, so that person can see that this, so they know that they're not being like catfish or anything, that they're like, you can bounce it off of their other profiles and stuff.
Not everyone posts that. Post those links. Not everyone's into it because of the age range that I have. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're not really doing that as much.
I'll ask you the same thing that you said to me. No minors, right? No minors? That's the same thing you said to me. Yeah, don't look at me like that. You asked me, you said the same thing.
I don't even like dating girls who are under 27, to be honest. Even that's pushing it.
Yeah. No, I don't like that either.
Yeah. Side eye.
No, I told you that I've only dated one girl younger than me ever. And when I dated her, she was 24 and I was 28 going on 29. And I felt like I was in high school. And I literally told her that on multiple times. Like I was like, man, I feel like I'm in high school with you. Like this, I'm a grown ass man. Like I do this, I do that. Like freaking, it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like drama up the yin yang. And I was like, I don't have time for this. Like it was crazy. She was freaking hot though. She was so hot.
Oh man. Those are the worst.
Like I was like, man, how do I make this work? But I don't want it to work. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth my life. The drama literally sucks out life force, and it brings it. Like I see my face getting disgusted, like having to deal with it. So it's like, nah.
Yeah, I can't.
And not everything is drama. Like it's like obviously you don't know world problems, because all these little girly problems you're thinking of aren't. That's not the real world. Like.
Okay, so I wrote down a list. This is a list of apps that I have used since 2008, 2009.
Man, you're aging yourself.
No, but I got introduced from a coworker to a couple of apps first. So this dude, some ginger dude, he was actually born the same exact day as me. He's 8 hours older, which is crazy. So he introduced me to Scout and Tinder.
2008?
2009, I think.
Tinder was out in 2009?
Yeah.
What?
So I had those.
Crazy.
And then Tinder was like on the up spike because he was heavy into like GQ magazine. I think I got mentioned in GQ or something like that. And then it was around like a little after. I think Grindr was like one of the first ones, the gay one. And then they put out a Tinder because I think it was doing pretty well. We kind of knew about Plenty of Fish and OkCupid around that time too. Yeah. So another coworker set up a profile for me on OkCupid. She's like, we're gonna find you somebody. That's another indicator when they try to set up a profile for you.
What's that mean?
Huh?
That's an indicator that she likes you?
Sometimes it varies. It's either they think you're attractive and want to find someone for you because they're tired of you being the third wheel, or they're attracted to you, or
but they can't be with you if they're with somebody else or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just feels fucking sorry for you. It's like maybe he'll chill if he just gets it varies. But yeah, they set me up with one. I didn't touch it. It just sat there. I looked at it one time and it said there was a big ass girl and she's like, "Oh, I like Weezer too." No, it was Coldplay. Like, I like Coldplay also. I didn't respond. I'm like, fuck this OkCupid shit. Fuck it.
Oh, that's funny.
And then what else? Scout was raunchy. There's a lot.
I never even heard of that.
That's bad, dude.
No.
I had met one girl on that thing.
Which one? On Scout?
Scout. At the time I was living, at that point, I was in downtown LA, living with Ben in the lofts. So I tried dating one girl that I met on that Scout. She was a nurse. I'm like, "Hey, how's your day?" We had went out like once or twice already. And she hits me up. She's like, "I have cancer." I'm like,
what?
I'm like, I didn't know how to respond. I was like, "So I guess your day is not like going too good." Like, how am I supposed to respond to that, bro?
Oh, my day is bad too. Like, just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Like, no, that's freaking intense.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So, let's see what else.
Wait. What happened with that? You just didn't respond ever?
Oh, I responded.
Okay, that's
I low-key, I was like, I don't want to say ignored it.
Hanging, like, at least don't be a dick. Like, what? Like,
I'm like, on to the next one.
I know.
No, man.
Like, did you say crazy. Anything?
Yeah, no, I can. It was years ago. It was probably like not overlooking it, but more like, oh, this is awkward as shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that sucks. How you feeling? Like, like just.
Yeah, so you did respond. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
I'm not like you were just like.
Yeah. Oh, and on that same app, I met a girl who literally went to school with me.
Like high school.
High school. I didn't really know her. She looked familiar, like I'd seen her around before, but then found out she did. Apparently she was in the Black Guys, Asian girl. Surprised me. I had no idea because growing up, no one was attracted to me. Like, I couldn't date any of the Asian girls because I was too dark skinned and their families didn't approve of it.
Yeah.
So
even though Asian girl, well, I don't know. Now maybe because we're older, but Asian girls like Black guys.
Shit, not me.
Oh, well,
I'm mixed. Most people just think I'm Mexican. So I told you, I don't know if I mentioned on the
somebody said you're not black enough.
Yeah. So stupid. So dumb. Okay. But yeah, Lonnie ended up being crazy. Oh shit. Bleep the name. Nah, we're gonna let that name slide. It don't matter. So on Christmas, I had to stop talking to her because she was just like too much. Where like, well, rewind. Might as well tell you. So I'm at work. I was working at Outlook at the time. So it was like tons of deadlines, like making sure everything's running smoothly, whatnot. So I can't really talk. At certain times of the day it gets hectic. She sends a text, and then another text, and then another text, and they're not small ones; they're like paragraphs. Yeah. So it went from "How's your day going?" to "Have a nice life," like within like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Because you're not responding
at work.
What?
At work, bro. That's how much insecure she was, man. It was that bad. So
and this wasn't a one-time thing. This was like she's done it before.
What? Oh, text me how my day
was? What I mean is like, yeah, this whole thing of like
she knew when I was busy. She knew certain times of the day.
All I'm saying is that this wasn't the first time she's done this. She's done this before with the whole texting thing when you don't respond, getting all super pissy.
No, because I didn't, because she wouldn't, because I told her not to call me or text me.
Okay. So
or like understanding how busy it gets for me at certain times of the day.
Yeah. So this was a one-time thing. Yeah.
So yeah, but not one time crazy, because she just picked different ways to do crazy shit.
Yeah.
So I've been done with her. When she said "Have a nice life," when I came back and I read it, I just laughed at, like, okay, like I'm not gonna, the way that it took a few years, but that's the mentality I kind of have to this day. Is like, if you make your decision, I'm not gonna fight for anything because you've already made your decision. Like, I'm a grown ass man, you're a grown woman. If you feel a certain way, you just want to see someone fight for you. I'm not, dude. That's kid shit. Like, it's not like survival. It's not like life or death. It's you playing games. I don't have time for games. Yeah. So if you're in it, I'm here. If you're not, sorry. All right. I'll move on to someone else who deserves my time.
And so there was no back and forth. That literally, after that conversation, that was like, even if it didn't end right then and there, that was pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back. It like declined from then on.
Oh, it ended.
Oh, it literally ended right then and there.
No, I said okay. If I say okay, if I say gotcha, or if I give a thumbs up, none of that shit's positive, bro. If I say gotcha, I'm over it. I'm done. Like, but that's my nice way from not saying anything inappropriate or hurting feelings. Gotcha covers it.
Did you ever see her again?
I said gotcha in the last couple of days to a couple of people. So whoever sees this video is gonna know what the fuck I mean.
Did you ever see her ever again? Physically see her after that?
Ben did. So so a couple weeks later, I get a text saying, I have something for you that I had gotten for Christmas for you. I'm gonna drop it off. And I'm scared because I drove to pick up my mom, and I was driving back to downtown LA because I was gonna spend time with my mom in LA. And I'm like, oh shit, Ben's there. And then Ben's like, came over and she gave me a package for you. I'm afraid. I think there's anthrax in it, because I think anthrax was like a big thing at the time, like terrorist stuff. So he told me, I'm busting, I'm laughing. I barely missed her. Like, me and my mom got there like not too long after she had left, so we could have saw her in the elevator. Yeah, or the parking lot or anything. So I was like, oh shit, I don't want to see her. I don't want her to see my mom. I opened it up. It was like mason jars that I had talked about wanting. Yeah, it was a nice gift. It felt bad a little, mainly because
what if that was her way of trying to get back into your life? Maybe
they always do that, but that's a whole lot of unnecessary crazy. There's other random stuff. Like, she's just too insecure. I don't need anybody. I want someone who knows who they are and comfortable in their own skin. Like, if you're not comfortable in your own skin and you don't love yourself, then how am I supposed to love you?
Yeah.
Like you're putting a burden on all of us and expecting my love and our relationship to fucking heal you. Like, that's not how it works.
Well, I remember specifically when I was 22, I dated a girl who she was extremely insecure. She had been cheated on by her last 3 boyfriends. really, really hot. Like, especially when I was younger, I typically always, like, if you're in hot, that was like basic criteria. It was when I became a grown man, I started to realize more mattered. But yeah, she was hot, but she just like so insecure. She'd be testing me and texting me every freaking thing. Where are you? Oh, I'm here. Oh, I bet you do this, that, right? And I was like all the time, like stuff like that. And it drove me nuts. Eventually I broke it off because I was like, man, like you have no idea the type of guy I am. Like you have no idea that even like what I told you today, like even if I feel like I'm liking a person or dating somebody, I won't even talk to somebody. Like it's just not a thing. And like she was just so insecure, it drove me nuts. She was so hot, but it made her look so ugly. Like, you know what I mean? That part of her just made her so ugly, and it was like not even worth it. Like, cause you're so ugly in here, it's just like not even worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get rid of that.
So let me ask you this. So do you think dating apps, so back to 2008 to 2021, are you liking it better, worse? Were they like better in the OG days where there's maybe less restrictions, or like what do you think about, like, I don't know. Because it was also a different world back then. Like it was probably more taboo back then, and now it's just like, oh, people like hook up, you just like.
No, but listen to what you're saying. Everyone makes it seem like all these apps are about just hooking up. It is what you make it. Everything is what you make it.
True.
Prior to apps, people are saying people will go pick up girls at bars. Everyone's just trying to get ass. Like it's always the same thing with clubs. Same thing. Like it is what it is.
I would agree. My bad. Yes.
No, that's cool. But it's just like how everyone says the same things that don't experience it, and it's like all how you use that.
Well, I don't think dating apps are all about that, even though that did come out of my mouth, because like my sister and Ben met online. So like I don't believe it's all that. But I'm just saying, like,
I don't know, man. Maybe I should talk about his first date and how he came home and I got questions.
Hey, he's not here right now. You can't say anything if he can't defend himself. He has to have a chance to defend himself. That's the thing.
But here's the thing: he's never defended himself, so it's always been a funny thing, and I like to carry on. And I say the same thing in front of Julie. He came home with glitter on his head. I said, "How the hell you got glitter on your head?" And he said, "Oh, she had it all over her." I'm like, "What?" But he went out on his date, and I was partying with my friends, and we went out, and then we came back at the house and partied at the house, and then he came home. So, but this is something we could bring up when we have him here, and he could further elaborate, or maybe even throw her on, and they could talk about the first date. But that would be fun. But anyways, that's their story. Yeah, for them it was different, but Ben's a different. Like Ben was in a different place too in his life.
True.
He was going through the whole process. So, he was a single guy living a single life for a while. Yeah. But he was ready. He was going through that whole process too because he had a horrible ex.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that bitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, I hate her. That's his story if he ever wants to tell it.
Yeah, tell it.
But yeah, but then there's others, and it's not just men, there's women too. And I've noticed more often than not, the ones who put not DTF and like not here for hookups, that feels like it's not for men. I feel like it's for themselves to like remind them
feel better.
Yeah, to remind themselves, I'm not here to be a whore, I'm looking for love. Or like looking for, you know what I mean?
But they're down anyway. But I'm down anyway. All you have to
but that's a weird thing. Like you're throwing it out there. Like it doesn't have to be out there. Like draw boundaries. Like when you go on dates and you have interactions with people, put the boundaries out there, and many of the respect or don't, you move on to the next person. But when you start putting little tags on it, that's like to me, that's like a tramp stamp. Those nice little dolphins with a sun. like, what are you doing?
So does that discourage you? Because what if they truly are DTA, not DTF? Like, what if they truly mean it though?
Well, in general, not just women, men also.
Yeah.
Everybody is down for a specific type of person if they approach it the right way, no matter who they are.
Yes, 100% agree. Yeah. And I hate it when people think otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sleeping with anybody right now. Like, I'm not down. No, it's just you haven't met the right person, or somebody didn't say the right thing. Everybody, like,
in the right situation.
I think everybody's down. I think everybody's down. You just have to get the right person at the right time to say the right thing. I truly believe that. Yeah.
Life, man.
So interesting. It's timing. Timing is just huge.
Yeah, I have bad timing, but
like Adriana Lima should have been my wife, but just timing, man. Like, timing,
I love that girl, but and she ended up with that like greasy European dude.
She even dated,
Norwich. She had kids with him.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm not gonna knock him because whatever he was doing worked for him. I can't knock him. I just have to learn from him. Right? That's all you can do in life. That's what you should do. Don't hate on these other dudes who are in a good position. Figure out what they did and what can you do to be in a position to get something that you deserve. Not just desire.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. So let's see what other I was on Plenty of Fish. Probably the largest quantity of dirty women ever.
Really?
Like,
wait, Plenty of Fish, is that the Christian one?
No, that's Christian Mingle.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. You're probably on Christian Mingle, or you were on.
No.
You were on Christian Mingle.
Julie set up the profile, so ask her what she did for me. She didn't. She set up. She didn't make. She didn't write the stuff, but she made the account or whatever. Yeah. Ask her what it was. But anyway, all right. So Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish is the dirty one. All right. That's interesting.
They're not all dirty, but it feels like. I felt like high school, but like the format and the layout of it is a little off, anyways, and it feels very Facebooky. It feels like everyone who didn't know how to use technology use that and like, oh, it's free. Let me jump on that too. But it feels like the quality of woman on there is a little different. We'll just put it that way. That's a nice
because it's free.
But all the other apps are free too.
Oh.
But it just feels like there's a little more. Maybe it's an easier way because I don't know. People get lost in the shuffle. I don't know.
It's also the company's marketing, because if one app is more popular than the other, like I would think inherently you will get more. Like, I don't want to say dirty, but you're gonna get more people, so you're gonna get more dirty people. If it's like a niche market where there's, for instance, Hinge. I think Hinge started off as a very niche kind of market. I heard like when Hinge started off, the only people that I knew on Hinge were kind of like professionals and they're doing this and that. And so now I don't know what it is, but it might have expanded. But you know what I mean? Maybe it's the marketing thing. Maybe the fact that
Okay, since you say it like that, let me put it in terms of like, maybe this is another reason why, and now it makes more sense. Graphics wise, like the layout, the design of it feels like a shitty website.
No.
Where I order a product and it comes from China and it's off, as opposed to something that was well made in the States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's aesthetically not as pleasing, and it looks a little like could be questionable. Like,
did you meet anybody from there, or did you try?
Dude, I've dated girls on a lot of these sites. That's one of them. I was gonna say all, but I'm looking at my list that I have right here. I wrote a list for you. We can break this.
Yeah, break it down. I want to itemize. I want to itemize.
Itemize. Yeah. That's yeah. So, but yeah, it was one of not great things came from that one at all. Dates happened, but they weren't always.
They weren't good. Substantial.
Yeah, someone wild. Okay.
Did you anybody and I want you to finish it, but did you ever have anybody that like fell in love at first sight with you, and then you were like not feeling the same way? Because some people inevitably.
Yeah, that one Lonnie. I mean, yo. Okay.
It seems like you're doing it on purpose now. Like it's like seems like you want to put her on blast.
No, okay.
Wait, you were her. You were her that fell in love at the first time. Like love at first sight was her. She felt like the first time she met you, you were
okay. First time we had sex, she was talking about what our kids would look like when I was.
Oh God, no! Why don't you just stop it right there?
Scary.
Why don't you just stop it right there? That's freaking scary. That's freaking scary. Oh man.
The sex was amazing though. but she was crazy. She was crazy.
Oh my God.
Crazy. So you know what I mean? Like
you're crazy too for continuing. Yeah, see?
Dude, I was living the life in downtown LA as a bachelor, and I was there for a reason. So I did that reason. No STDs, no issues, no baby mama drama. Like I'm clean, like everything good. So it's like everything I needed to get out of my system as a bachelor living in downtown LA was done. Like I'm good. So that's why these stories, and I said I would start putting them in a book or something like that. And it's when I hit 40 and time flew by, and it's almost time to, first of all, I'm documenting the stories, and then I'll write them all down to get elaborate a little more deeper into these crazy stories, which Ben, since he was my roommate, had the opportunity to experience knowledge. Yeah, all this bullshit, even when he didn't want to, because he had, weird hours. So he'd have to wake up at 3 a.m, but I'm drunk coming in, telling him shit that happened, or, poor guy. He deserves better than me. I tortured him.
So, but that's it. So it did happen. So, all right, cool. So sometimes it would happen. People will fall in love at the first sight.
So, that's not the only one, but not tooting my own horn or anything, because obviously I'm single, so whatever I've been doing ain't working. So I did like back in the day, like the Black people meet. Not so great. I didn't like the way that it functioned. There's like a cougar dating site. I logged on, I did all my info, and I was like, I can't do it. I took myself I set it up and I took it off. Same, there's another one. I had at one point I did BBW dating.
Big booty hoe.
No.
Big black.
Big beautiful women.
Oh, no, damn. Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say what I said then.
Oh, because you're thinking, you Google like big black cocks, like BBC.
No. Wow. No, obviously I don't know what it means. I'm trying to figure it out.
That's why your eyes got bigger. Like, oh, sorry. Oh.
Obviously I don't know what it means, so I'm trying to figure it out. I'm putting putting two and two together.
Let's see. Other one. Okay, so
wait. You need to slow down. You can't just say these things and just gloss over it. Or like,
because there's no stories. Because
there's no story with that. You didn't go on one date with the BB.
No, I told you on these are the apps that I signed up for, and I was like, I can't do it. Okay. I scrolled through it and I'm like, no, and I got rid of it. Like, I can't do it, man. I can do it. That's just too much, bro.
Like before you continue on the cougar thing, like, so again, I didn't do apps, but we used to have what's called cougar hunting, like when I was in college, where a bunch of my homies used to sleep around with older chicks. It was, and I never understood it back then. As I got a little older, then I understood it, but it's because there's no drama. The expectations are, everything's like laid out. It is what it is, and then it's not what it's not. It's just bing, bam, boom. So we would go to freaking Newport, and we would go like the Sharkies over there and stuff like that. And like us freaking, especially back then in college, we're fit, we're freaking looking good. We go in there and they buy us drinks. Like, it's like we get to experience what it's like to be a hot chick, like for the first time. It's just a different world. And so on multiple times, like I would go, but I could never follow through with it. My friends would, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue on your apps.
Okay, so I tried coffee meets bagel. Definitely didn't work. I took that off immediately.
What's that all about? Coffee meets bagel. What's that?
There's just white girls and Asian girls on there, but it didn't feel like it wasn't for me.
Did you Did you try to talk to any on there? But it just like
well, they got to swipe on you, and there wasn't even that many I wanted to swipe on. It was just like a different. You can tell
different environment.
Yeah, you look at their profile. It's like it was in Orange County.
Oh, okay, like, yeah.
I don't want to hang out. I don't want to hang out out here.
You're not gonna choose a guy that looks like me anyway. Like if you're,
well, not even about that. It's just the vibe. Like I knew they wouldn't choose me because I wouldn't choose them, and it felt like I wouldn't even use my Tinder when I was in Orange County when I used to work out there.
Oh, really?
No, because I didn't.
The people, it's just different. It's different for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I see it's like, oh, I love surfing. What the fuck am I gonna do as the surfer?
It's funny because I'm actually like I was about to say that's you know me, I'm actually more over there and not the LA type. So for me, it's like the LA type. It's like not my vibe. I know I live in LA and all that, but it's not well,
mine ain't even about LA. Mine is more about like I like eclectic vibes and energies. Like I don't want to be with someone who just living that lifestyle. OC lifestyle is a very white lifestyle, and they only hang out with their own.
It's different. Different. Yeah.
You can say it's different, but I'm gonna say what I'm gonna. Yeah, Orange County is a different vibe. West Side's a different vibe, and people usually stay to themselves. The Valley is a whole different shit show.
I've actually never dated anyone from the. Oh, yes, I did.
I'll dabble. There's some high in the Valley, but
I did. I dated one person from the Valley. Yeah,
it's kind of far, but it's just.
But I never went out there. She eventually we dated for a little bit because she would commute over here, and then she eventually moved to LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would. I'm not driving all the way to the Valley. Like, yeah.
Okay, so Shane, the one who taught me about or told me about all these apps, I ended up moving in with him and his good friend from Michigan. So it was like a 3-bedroom house in Echo Park on the hill. It was a beautiful view. Like it was a nice house, like a 1950s house. So me and him used to do a lot of dating. That sounds weird. Not together, but since he was on the app so frequently, I was also. But he was gonna go to Asia, all over Asia for about 6 months. Well, I think initially he was only gonna do 3, but he ended up doing 6. Mm-hmm. So he was all over the Philippines, like he did a dating app. So he's like, check this out, and had me jump on it, but I was like, I couldn't do it. That's another one I couldn't do. I matched a couple. But a lot of them was just like, if it was, dude.
It's funny because I have a Marine friend who actually married somebody in the Philippines off of the website like that, and she's here now and they're married and stuff like that. And I was like, interesting, to each their own. To each, everybody needs love,
and citizenship.
It could be or it's true love though, or it's true love, or even maybe
so the 5 years are up. I know the laws. Shane, that he actually married somebody.
Shane did?
He had married somebody so he could get money from China, from the family. So that's how he financed his trip to Asia, and he would always ask that family for more money, or he was gonna rat the girl out because the girl was out here, got her education, the whole night. Yeah, it was shady shit. But that's how, because he always talk about like holier than thou, but it's like you need to travel more. But I'm like thinking, you got your money from doing some shady shit and marrying a girl from China, like and you're like holding her for ransom and having the family send you money. So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, that's freaking jacked.
Yeah. So that he was living off of a different family. That's shady, but anyways, on the bright side. So I tried, it didn't work, but he was on Tinder so frequently that he was like cycling in like girl every single day. Girl, different Asian girl. He loves only Asian girls. He's a white guy, a ginger. So he would just like have them, like, so he could have them literally every single day. And some days he'd have multiple girls.
How does it work out? Because that like the numbers it's not like, it's like you have to strike out. So it's not like you're not like 1 and 1 every single day. Like That means like every day he's hitting up multiple Asian women just looking for that one.
Yeah. Well, it's easy because he has a certain mentality. So once he has them, once he matches, it's easy to do what he does. The weird part is the algorithms weren't on point at that point. So I don't even know how he was seen because he was only getting girls who weren't from this country or like struggle speaking English or
Oh
first
my God.
generation. So it's like I don't even see that many Asian girls on this app. Like how the fuck are you finding all these girls, dude? Like it was not saying they were not hot, but the fact that like
That they
just
every
the
day.
quantity that he was getting, I'm like, and they were nice, normal girls. They weren't like, oh, I know this one's a prostitute. Like
Yeah.
they're just nice girls. So I'm like, but he's a very abrasive guy.
Mm.
So he found a lot of submissive girls. So it was easy. Once he matched with them, it's like fucking
Yeah.
taking candy from a baby. It's so easy for him to do whatever he wanted, and it was fascinating. It was fascinating. So we could go. No, I won't tell that part.
See,
I'll tell that.
but then I question whether he's even meeting those all on Tinder. There has to be a different website as well. He had to be.
It had
Yeah,
to be. It had to be.
yeah, he had to be dipping in on just every avenue possible.
Yeah, but I either or like I've been on multiple at the same time. To have that quantity is amazing in its own.
Mm.
If you tried to date and not hook up, just try to date a different girl every single day. See how difficult it is. Isn't that?
Oh, I don't think I could do it. I don't even think I
I'm
could
not
do
even
it.
talking like quarantine or anything where everyone's at home. Like everyone has jobs. Like these are women with jobs, careers.
But he's not going on dates. He's just cycling them
No,
in. Like he's
he's
just
going
cycling
on
them in.
dates. He's going
Every
out on
day?
dates, bro. He didn't have a 9 to 5. He was doing random jobs, but he wasn't working. He was
So
doing
how
freelance.
does he even make that kind of money?
He'd do freelance gigs every once in a while. And I told you he made mad money off that one girl. So the combination of both and then living with the roommate who was your homie and damn near brother, who
Damn.
every time he was short on rent, his brother would cover him. Like the roommate would, okay, don't worry about it. Get it to me when you can, type of thing. So Shane had no real,
Damn.
you know,
Concept of money. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So he had a benefactor. So it was easy for him to do whatever he wanted. Like
mm.
that's another thing is like I want to write. I might have to ask you to help me on that, like a screenplay or a book or something about the Outlook interactions with all the people from the fashion industry I met
Mm.
at that one location. They're all wild, bro.
Mm.
I'm almost like the normal dude in that, believe it or not. And I did
I was
some,
about
I
to
did
say,
some,
yeah,
I
man,
did some
that's
wild
pretty,
shit.
that's pretty
You know what I mean? Like it's that, but I'm veering off from the main topic. We could get into that some other day. So, but he used to do that. We could get into the dating situation in that house, battle, me and him, not battle because he won, but that whole dynamic was very interesting. But let me just wrap
how
up.
many people? Well, okay. Well, just quick question. How many people were in that house?
Me, Shane, and Jeff, there are three of us.
You three?
But it was like the cleanest frat house you could ever imagine. Our house, we cleaned like we didn't really make a mess. Any small mess we made, it gets cleaned up immediately. Weekends, we fucking clean shit up. We have a mandatory fucking cleaning day at least twice a month.
Man, I would freaking love that. I've never had a roommate. I mean, I haven't had a roommate in a
Yeah.
long ass time, but I used to get in fights with my roommates about like my previous years ago roommates about cleanliness because I'm a freaking nut. I'm a nut. I know I'm a nut, so it's okay. Like I know I'm anal about that. So
Yeah.
there you go.
So, but our like we would have guests over frequently. So it's like definitely the common areas had to be immaculate because we always had people running through. We threw parties once every like month and a half, 2 months. So we have like either get-togethers or parties, or we even made in the back. I got a big canvas from my dad's work, hung that up in the little patio area so we could have movie nights, game, like we would watch the games outside. We had a pit fire. or sorry, a fire pit area.
I need that.
View of downtown LA. We had an avocado tree, bro. Oh, so good. I miss the avocados.
Well, see, that's one thing that I'm kind of like, living where I live now in LA, and it's like, man, but like I miss having like house dynamics, and I could only do that if I have roommates. So it's like, would it be worth getting roommates so I could have like a house dynamic again, and just be okay with like, I've been living here in this apartment for 2.5 years,
Well,
like,
you would have you'd have to have a certain type of roommate and then the understanding that the common areas have to be immaculate.
Mhm.
Do whatever the fuck you want in your room because that's your responsibility. But the common area, because I have guests over and I don't want to like I feel so embarrassed if shit is not clean.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I'm in the kitchen all the time, so
yeah.
I can't have the kitchen looking like crazy. But yeah, so it just kind of worked out. The only part that sucked about that house is the fact that my room was the smallest one because I was the third one who moved in, and the room was like a little shack looking thing where I had a queen size bed too. So the queen size bed took up majority of the room, and it was the only room. I call it the lumberjack room because it had wood panels up halfway, and the rest of it was white.
Oh, that's called wainscoting. Yeah, that's called wainscoting. Yeah,
I call that shit lumberjack room. It's the only room that's like that. And they're like, you got too much shit. I said, my room's too small. You got me sleeping in a fucking closet. Dude, the closet, no joke. Maybe maybe 2.5 feet deep. And about this wide.
No, that's not enough.
See this to this? Probably half the size of this right here.
That's not enough.
This room right here, this is one closet. And there's this same size right next to it right here.
Yeah, I have 2 closets. I have 2 full-size closets, and I need them both. They're both filled to the top.
I honestly don't know why there's no door on this one, but that's where I had the TV before I moved it out and did all this other shit. But
anyway, all right. So continuing on. All right, so that's that. Yeah.
Okay, so I tried Bumble.
Okay, that's the girl one.
Oh, they have to like you. Yeah.
Which I think the world would be a better place if that was even in the social environment. Because girls are the ones that are like that play like the hard to get and all that. Like I think the world would be a better place if the girls were like just straight up and be like, just in general. In general, I think
being straight up and being the one to pick you is 2 different things.
What I mean is that, okay, so if you're out in a social environment, if girls were not afraid, like not hiding the fact that they might like you and not being a dick, like, because there's been times where I hit on girls and I remember I actually dated a girl for a while that I remember when I first hit on her, she played hard to get and she played like she was uninterested. So much so that later on she came to me and she was like, well, I was, but I didn't want to just act like, I liked you. And I was like, that's freaking playing a game. Like that, the girls do that. Like the world would be a better place if just like you like me. It's okay. Like,
yeah,
I just think the world would be a better place if girls started off like that. But it is what it is. So that when I heard about Bumble, I was like, oh, Bumble might be good.
But it sucks because I'm busy, and if there's young professionals and professionals on it in general, we're not on it every single day. If you match somebody and you don't respond or send something immediate, like within like a day or 2, it'll like erase.
Oh, really?
And you have to pay for some other. I'm not paying for shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And I didn't even match with that many people, so it wasn't even worth the time to even bother with that shit. And then some of them, it felt so fake because there was so many hot girls that I didn't know what was real and what was fake.
Yeah, fake profiles.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
It's like
for sure.
Fake profiles to make somebody stay and swipe and hope.
Yeah.
So it was like, it wasn't real. It was like, I know this area. There isn't that many hot girls. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You don't live in this area.
Yeah, liar. 3 miles away, liar.
Funny.
Okay, this one was funny. I did this one on off, like I think I stayed in there about 3. Now let's say a week. We'll say a week. So just to make it feel fair, because I joined a thing called black, BLK. And I'm like, if I'm doing it for one side, let me do it for the other as well. So I got on, I tried to find a Mexican or Latino one or Latin one, and it was called Chispa. Chispa or Chispe? Chispa, I think. So I get on this thing. Yo, they're like Mexican. like, like it
like they like ranchero music and like that kind of stuff. Okay.
And there was a lot of like tias in there. Like they were built like
yes.
They hang out in Whittier and go to the club stage that club, try to relive their youth.
Yeah.
Obviously that one did not work out for me. There were a couple that matched with me. One of them didn't even speak English.
But the thing, well, see, I hate to get nasty, but some Hispanic older women are like
she wasn't older.
Super. No, I don't mean older.
I said they were built like tias.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, if I were to go on the Spanish, me personally, I could see me going on like a Spanish one, but also because I know Spanish, maybe it's also because I teach in that environment, but like Spanish women of my age or a little bit older are really attracted to me, and they're really sexual. Even if I don't say or do anything, you're like sexual on me, and I'm like, dang, interesting.
Dang.
Well, dang, because I'm not gonna touch you, but interesting is like it's from
cochinas.
Exactly.
So obviously that did not work out for me. I'll get back to black in a second. That's the last one I'm gonna talk about. Hinge. So.
That's the professional one, or well, I don't know what it is now. No.
That's not. I wouldn't consider it professional. It was all right. Dated a couple of them. One of them, shit. Yeah, that didn't work out. She's a writer.
Nice.
Yeah, has a couple books published too, but she's so self-absorbed. It just didn't work. She's so like, it had to do with her books too. Had to do with like mental health, and I was trying to get to know her, and she would be like, "Read my book."
What?
Read my book. I swear.
Read my book. Oh,
and she's like, if you want to know me, read my book. And I'm like, I'm dating you. I'm interested. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with some of these women?
Damn, that's an ego.
Yeah,
it's an ego.
Yeah. So, and then she had it like has like 30,000 plus followers on Instagram and stuff. So like, she has people like tooting her horn and praising her all the time. Not saying that she shouldn't be, because she's doing something great, helping all women. She tells her story, and they have someone who feel like they feel like they're not alone through all the abuse and all this other stuff that she's gone through. So she insinuated but never fucking told me because she didn't want to talk. So that was just an interesting dynamic, but it would always like, I don't know, man. Even like just hanging out with her, she didn't want me to know where she lived. It's just a weird shit. I was like, I don't want to fucking do that. She didn't like driving either, so I would have to always drive to her.
But if you didn't know where she lived, would you just pick her up places?
I would have to drive somewhere that was kind of close, but I didn't know where she lived. That's what I'm saying. It was so stupid. It was so dumb.
That's
so dumb. Dude, dating's not easy, man. Like they try to make it seem like it's one-sided, like all guys are gross and doing weird shit.
No.
A lot of guys are doing weird shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I tell you crazy stories. I've done things in the past. But I'm pretty level-headed guy where I'm still gonna be safe. Like I said, I never got STDs before. I've never had any child scares where like we had. Well, technically, there's a couple of Plan B stories, but that's different.
I think everybody has those.
Yeah, but that's different. It's not like I'm over here just like getting all these girls pregnant and shit, and we're getting schmishmortion or you know. So, anyways, so dealt with that girl. So Hinge, outside of that, I wouldn't really suggest it. Although they do have that option on the app too to adjust, so you get a smaller. You don't have to just deal with all the riffraff. You could kind of like specifications. If you like or prefer a certain race, or
That.
you like the gender part, so you could change the gender to they.
So, is there anyone that you like the best then?
Ethnicities?
No.
Race?
Any of these apps or websites that you like the best?
Yeah. Well, Tinder used to be my favorite. I matched the most and had the most significant things. Well, outside my ex, I actually met on OkCupid, but I wouldn't chart that up to being one of the best because she's a piece of work.
But you could have met her anywhere. So
yeah,
yeah,
and it happened to be there.
Yeah.
And then I guess it would have to be for me personally, black. Be okay. Yeah. Because it's people that are either black or people that are attracted to black people and want to meet someone who is.
I like that because it gives you the option. You don't have to be black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know, at least I know in that range, it's like there's a different vibe, a different but like I said, I came across that one that was like, I want a black man. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. That's very disrespectful. But anyways, I just like that one, I don't know, for the most part. But even then, it's all getting old to me, man. I just want everything to get opened up, and I just want to go out and just like here's the thing. I'm not the type to go to a bar or a club and meet somebody. Like intentionally want to meet people. Everything's organic. So I go out with friends, have a good time with friends.
But you meet
someone overhears a joke or something that I say, you know how I get sometimes where I'm on one. And then I see someone to look over or kind of giggle. Then it's like there's my opportunity to include this random ass person in the conversation, and we either get new friends or whatever. Like I don't even think about like, oh, I'm gonna try to get some ass or anything. It's just like a conversation. Yeah, that's how it is. That's why I like having certain people around me who are on that same level. It's like we could go out tonight, we can make new friends somehow with some people. So that's it. I just want to go back to that shit for now. Like I can't even be serious with anybody right now because no one is. They don't even know how to act right. They don't know what the fuck they want.
I can see that.
So even the ones who say they do, in my recent experience, they act like it. They say they post things on Instagram and shit, but they don't know how to act. They don't know. All these women who want to be treated like queens don't know how to treat a king.
Damn. All right, Trevor. Good word. I never heard it like that.
You know what I mean? You want a servant?
Yeah.
To praise you and kiss the feet, the ground you walk on, or you want someone to sit in the throne next to you?
I most definitely have something to say about that, but because it's too fresh, it would have to go on the Patreon. Like I can't talk about that here because I have different words for that. But I know how I am. I know the type of guy I am. I know exactly what I do, and I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a person to admit like I know exactly what I want. I know I don't want to be. I know that I didn't want to be like here single doing this. Like I know that I wanted something more. And so who knows with this girl I'm talking to now? Who knows if it grows into something great? Like great. But and I didn't even expect that. Like I didn't expect me ever dating this person. I didn't expect it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. You're looking at me like that. You don't know who it is. Doesn't matter.
Huh? Oh yeah, I know, but I just give that look because
she's a nice, bountiful black woman, Trevor. Yeah, I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Because I know the truth. You already told me, bro. You already told me, so I already know. But as long as she's cool, she makes you happy. That's all that matters.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, but man, I'm just I got stories too, but can't really get into
I will cope. You know, I mean, I don't want to say it's almost over. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping.
Well, just
it's close.
As long as you don't fall in love with the idea of being in love, because that's where I went wrong so many times.
No, I'm not.
Because a lot of people do that.
No, I've only said I think I told you that. I've only said I love you to one person ever in my life. I've only said it to one person ever in my life because I hate how society uses the word. It drives me nuts.
I said it twice.
It drives me freaking nuts.
I meant it though. But yeah, anyone
that's the thing.
Says like, it, everyone.
Exactly. When you've only said it twice. Like when you hear that word from me, you know that it means something. There's some it's sustainable. There's something behind it. When you give it out to anyone, it doesn't mean anything. So even this person that I'm talking to right now, like very early on, she already started throwing that words, and I told her, don't tell me that, and she got mad. And I was like, no, I was like, she really legitimately got mad, and I was like, well, I don't say it as a bad thing. Like I don't want you to say that to me, but I know right now you don't mean it because it's just word to you. You can't even define it. Like I could literally define to you concepts that I associate with, if I were to say love, what I mean by it. I'll save it for another day, but selflessness, certain things like, I can tell you words that I associate with that. And so when I asked her that, like, what does it even mean to you? She couldn't even respond. And that's why I don't want it. That's why I don't ever want you telling me that word, because you don't even know what it means. To you, it just means like differently. You like me differently.
Yeah, like, fond of you, or
care about you. Yeah. So it's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. You could save it. Keep it to yourself.
I grow in love, so that takes like I need to be around somebody a long time.
Correct.
And even when I say it, it's like pulling teeth. So like, but yeah, man. I only said that shit twice. So how long have you known this person and dated this person?
Known since I was 6 years old.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
See, so they knew of you and were around you long enough.
Oh, we've been around each other our entire lives, but it was never.
So this could very well be the truth, because she knew of you.
Yes, but it's a love in a friendship way, and that's great. If you love me in a friendship way, that's great. Then and say it in those types of ways. Yeah. But it's also when you say the word and how you say the word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like
if it said before, during, or after, like before, during, after sex.
Well, that's a different story. That's a different story. I don't even count that. I don't even count that. But even aside from that, the tonality in the speech, even in other conversations outside of sex, they also mean something, and it's like, well, it doesn't mean that yet. So why even just save it. And when you do say it, it'll be beautiful. Just like when I say it, it'll be beautiful, because it'll mean the world to me, and hopefully it means the world to you. Yeah. And so I'm okay with waiting for you to say it. So don't trip. Like, I don't want to hear it. No offense.
No, that makes sense. It makes sense. So on that note, I have in my notes for some reason, because I saw 2 Instagram pictures. What's up with tattoos on titties?
I'm not. Well, for one, I haven't seen that, but I wouldn't be down. I've seen the tattoo in the middle. Is that what you mean? Like in the
either
middle?
Or like in between them or on them, anywhere. It's like, it's not.
Damn.
Like I've seen it like along the side. That's kind of hot. Like Rihanna.
I'm about to chill.
But
the girl I'm dating.
For real?
For real.
Oh my God. What are the chances? No, I legit wrote it right here on the bottom.
Not on the titty though. Not on the titty. Like slightly below Like there's a
Oh,
bone.
on the sternum. Like I've seen
Yes,
that
on the
too. Like
sternum.
the girls usually have the hamsa or like something like that.
It's a small tattoo on the sternum. She has one of those, and she has it on the side. She
Okay.
has a tattoo on the side.
Damn, what are the
Not
chances that I'm good at what I do, man? I don't know
no,
what I do, but
it's a little creep.
no, it's just I'm innately amazing.
Yeah, okay.
It's probably the ever since I did this, the words of affirmation, like I've been on a whole different level, bro. A whole
Okay.
different level.
Okay. So then
This
you
is
don't
way
need
of
to be on
life.
dating. You don't need to be on dating apps anyway, because no girl's gonna be at your level.
That's not true. Mental level.
Uh,
I'm so sporadic and all over the place sometimes in my head.
mm.
I forget to include others, so I don't expect everyone to understand where I'm at that time until I elaborate. You get it?
Well, anyway, elaborate on your tattoo titties.
No, I had just seen a couple women on Instagram, and it was like it wasn't really hot, but I saw enough of them do it that I'm like, okay, it's just. And then even when they get dressed up, then I just see like just tattoos on titties or like a big ass one right here. It's like
I'm honestly not a fan of it. I'm honestly
yeah,
not a fan of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
yeah. It's like
Because
it,
I think I don't know. For me, the female body is just it's an absolute work of art. It is absolutely beautiful with no additions needed. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't need the tattoos. Don't like for me. That's just me personally.
yeah,
Like so, I think having that image there kind of like distracts from what I think is like. For instance, I think the chest is beautiful. So having an image there is taking my focus to the image rather than the chest that I
yeah,
think is beautiful. You know,
yeah,
so I'm not necessarily a fan of that.
yeah.
Mm.
No, no, that makes complete sense. I kind of feel the same. It's like be strategic with your art. Like
Oh, most definitely.
if it's done right in the right place, like I've seen sleeves look sexy as hell.
Oh yeah.
But when they just have random ass tattoos and random locations, I'm like, connect that shit, connect the dots, please. Aesthetically, like I said, I'm a Virgo, and the older I get, the more I'm like, oh, this is like a real thing. People say it's not, but innately in me, like I get like anxiety, like OCD. It's like you gotta clean that shit up. It looks sloppy. But them was like, and then I ask, what? Oh, so what made you get that? What made you get that? I don't know. I'm like, oh, I can't stand this shit.
Yeah. No, I can't stand that either.
Okay, yeah, I have friends too who
Get random tattoos.
no, they just don't like tattoos at all.
Hmm.
It's either I've noticed it's either a man who completely doesn't like anything. If you get a tattoo, it's like sacrilegious and like they'll shun you and they'll never talk to you just because you have a tattoo anywhere on your body. And then there's others that are like, go ahead, your body's a canvas, go all out.
Yeah.
But I'm like somewhere in the middle.
I've actually only not slept with one person who did not have any tattoos. Every girl that I've slept with has had at least one tattoo.
Yeah.
At least one tattoo. Because I'm not against tattoos. I am totally for tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm not like pro like all tatted up, but I'm like I like if you want a tattoo, that's fine. But yeah, the majority of people that I've been engaged with have had at least one.
Yeah.
But
I'm just against because like my ex had a cherry blossom on her back.
for what?
No cherry blossoms on the back.
For,
No cherry
for what?
blossom trees. That's like a thing.
What
I've
was the
seen.
purpose? What
Huh?
was the purpose? Just because she likes cherries? You never asked?
Huh?
You never asked? Like why? Like
I
why?
probably asked in the very beginning of the relationship,
You
but
just
it's
stopped
like,
caring?
bro, when I'm out, I'm out. I'm out. When I'm done, like I will try so hard in a relationship, but when it's done, like when it's over, when I'm emotionally checked out, I'm also physically and mentally. It's like I tried this ain't gonna work. I'm done. Done.
Even the past memories, or just?
I have memories in my head. A lot of them are, or maybe that's bad, huh? That's like suppressing fucking suppressing emotions and like all that other stuff. But I remember certain things we used to do. I don't remember certain dates. I remember the kids more than I remember her, like in her entirety, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? No, think about it.
I mean, I would, yeah. But I mean, everybody has selective memory, so there's things that you remember about her that I wouldn't remember about one of my exes, and
Yeah.
vice versa. So,
Yeah. But I fell in love with the kids though. So it's like I fell in love with it. I was with her. I was fond of her. I fell in love with the kids, especially the baby girl, the 2-year-old. And then I loved her. So it's like, how much does I love her? Or is it that I love the kids so much that I told her I loved her?
Yeah. So she was the number two.
Huh?
She was the number two person that you said I love you to.
Yeah.
You said twice. So yeah.
Yeah. First love, which was the worst one that broke my heart multiple times. Before these apps. So everyone wants to talk shit about these apps, but before the apps, someone was doing shady shit, breaking my heart multiple times. Had nothing to do with apps.
I mean, I know this is, I'm a guy, but I feel like in my mind, I feel like, I don't know. In my sphere, I've seen more women that break guys' hearts than guys breaking women's hearts. In my sphere, that's just my personal sphere. And so,
wants to be politically correct.
I'm just saying, in my personal sphere, I have seen more women break guys' hearts and do douchey things. And I'm like, man, the world is changing.
Me too. And I've been on the negative aspect of that as well. So not only getting my heart broken, but at one point, I call it my terrible twos. I used to hook up with these women who were unhappy with their boyfriends, their husbands, the men that they live with, etc. Like I lived a
bet on that.
Well, I was getting over my first love the second time. So I was hoeing myself out, basically. So but these are the ones that had issues and didn't know what love was, and then they meet a nice guy like me, and we're all in on whatever I was trying to do. So I played to them. I catered to that nice guy role, and I was getting ass that way, which is horrible. But I learned more too on, I don't want to say how not to be, but I knew that there was another side to women, and everything that I heard prior, how guys are all dogs. It's like they're not the only ones. And if it wasn't me, they would have been doing this shit with another dude.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So I'm a horrible person because I went through that and I like followed through on all that shit.
Yeah.
But these women were shady as shit, and they didn't get caught.
No,
none of them got caught.
I've been used before. I've been used before, and it freaking sucks. And I remember one time specifically, I felt like freaking blowing up on her, but like because this dude, they had been together for years, and I didn't know. But when I find out, I felt like contacting the dude and just like blowing up on his girl to him. But I decided just leave that up to their relationship. But like, no, I've been used. Yeah, it's freaking and it's jacked up. Like
one of them was so bad. This is back when I lived in Rosemead. I had torn my Achilles, the second Achilles. So I'm in a cast, dude, up to my hip. She don't live too far away. She drives down in the middle of the night after her kids are asleep. She's staying at her parents' house at the time because she was having issues with her man. She comes over in the middle of the night and then tends to me multiple times in a cast, bro. And I just had surgery like a week prior or 2 weeks prior. I can't remember. That's just fucking crazy to me. Crazy. The whole time I'm like, what the fuck? My leg was still a little hurt though, like literally hurting from the surgery.
Give me sponge baths.
That was so crazy, man. Women are so. And the whole time in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, they cannot be trusted.
They're also gonna like they're also gonna turn it back on the dude. Like they're probably gonna turn it back on the dude and say, because you didn't love me enough, I did this or something like that. And like turn it back when it's like, no, that was strictly you.
Yeah, but that's
you. Like,
yes,
no excuses. You just did you. Like, don't blame it, turn it back on the guy. You just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's probably another reason why when I'm not happy in a relationship, I don't string it along. I'm just out. Because why string it along and then cheat on somebody?
Yeah.
Like, just get out. Like, you're not happy. They're not making you happy. You don't see it going any further, but you're just continuing it because
you're getting laid.
Why? That's
but I think that's also a trait of an older gentleman, because like when I was younger, like, well, I would have just stayed in it for sex, most definitely. It wasn't until I got older that I realized that it wasn't everything. Like, it wasn't worth the drama. Some things are not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
But at younger, I never, I didn't understand worth. I just understood getting my rocks off.
Yeah.
I think it does change as you get older.
That's true. I guess.
For some, I guess. No, that's right. For some, because I still have I still know one or two people that are still freaking out there, and I'm like, dude, we're not freaking young anymore. Like,
yeah,
like, I don't know.
But they still do though. Like, it's. I get flirting. That's fine.
Yeah.
But never go past. Like, you don't need to go past that shit. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes it's good to feel wanted by somebody else.
Oh,
but you don't need to take it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like, I plan on looking younger for a long period. I see my dad. My dad looks good for being his age. He's gonna be 70 this year, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, I wanna look fly. I want to be in that senior community, freaking getting all the freaking old ladies. Well, no. Let me take that back. I don't want to be in the senior. No, let me take that back. I want to be old. I want to be old with my grandchildren on my lap, enjoying my family barbecues in the pool in the backyard. That's what I want to do. Let me take that back. Screw
you
that.
mean Betty from the old folks home on your lap? Yo, I'm gonna take that clip of what you just said and post that.
No, no, because then people are gonna think that's my perspective. It's like,
that's fine though.
That guy wants to be a hoe for life. No.
I'm gonna get that clip too. Hoe for life. Hoe for life.
No, forget it.
See, this is good, man.
Nah, forget it. That's enough relationship talk for one day. That's enough. We had a lot. We talked.
Okay.
We
did.
We talked our asses off. I think we gave people enough diversion for the week. But this is our show. This is the kind of things we talk about. Ben isn't here today, but he would have some input. Like me and Trev talk a little bit more about that kind of thing, but it is what it is. But anyway, we hope that you guys enjoyed the show today. This is Public Diversion with Trevor and Chris, and we will see you guys next time.